How's everybody doing today? It's Thomas Steed here, just doing a quick follow-up here on the Ariel Rider Grizzly 52 volt. It's dual hub motors, dual suspension, dual battery, and as you can see, I've actually finally got it put together. I got it put together a couple of days ago. I've gone through 2 battery charges on it now, and I think I'm ready to kind of give it a first once over, talk about it. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I will say they changed some of the hardware. If you watch like their videos and such, those are different nuts than what they had been using, I think, before. I'd only say the one complaint in doing the whole process of putting it together is I wish that they may have had a little bit better QC on some of the bolts and just the hardware in general. I had one of the washers that's back here for the rear rider's foot pegs. One of them is like cut in half, like not fully cut in half, but like a portion of it's not there. And then up here on the front, I don't know if it was this one or the other one, but that little hex bolt that kind of this hex bolt right here that keeps this nut in place, or washer in place on the front axle there. It just wasn't, the threads weren't finished properly on it, so I'm afraid that couple of times, if happening to take that off, it'll have completely stripped out the spot that it's supposed to be holding inside of there, and hopefully that doesn't result in me having to, run a warranty issue exchange on the entire front forks section later on down the line. So that'd be my one thing, is QC your guys' hardware, because it out of the minimal amount of hardware that really needed to go into putting this thing together, 2 of the pieces were not the greatest. See, aside from that, the suspension could be a little bit tighter in the front, as I can end up bottoming out a little bit. I've got the front fender pushed all the way up as high as it can, but you can see it still kind of sits low. They could really kind of bring this side up a little bit more and not have that problem of the wheel running into this section of it nearly as much. Aside from that, I can get it up to about 33. It's unlocked. It's what you do is you take and you get this powered on. Okay, it is powered on. To power that on, you hold this center button. You push this twice. That brings you down to the menu, and you can adjust the brightness of your screen when it automatically turns off. The since it's analog, battery perception or percent. So this is like, you can adjust the way that it shows your battery, either voltage or percentage. Indicator clock, you can set your clock, and then you go down here into the 3 dots. Wheel, 24-inch wheel. Batteries, obviously 52 volt. USB port on. Light sensor. Advanced settings, and then factory settings. You go into factory settings and then restore factory setting. You go and you click yes, and that will unlock it so that it's not regulated anymore, but do so at your own risk. It definitely bumps you up from the 20 miles an hour up into the 30s. And yeah, that if you're running both the motors here, because you got rear both front. And if you're running both, oh, and then this little button over here, this will turn your motors on and off. So if for some reason you start pulling that and your throttle and it's not doing anything, you probably bumped that, so you need to bump that again. Anyways, if you got your turn that off here, back out of event settings, go to exit. So you can obviously see I've got it set up so that it's got the indicator, I've set my time, it's got the analog screen, I believe that's what that's talking about, and then your trip and time, and yeah, so that's basically the rundown on it. Obviously, get yourself a high quality bike lock. I definitely advise a kryptonite with a heavy duty braided wire. I mean, that's not going to obviously save you against somebody who's really intended on stealing it, but it'll definitely deter. And these disc detainer locks are not easy to pick. So, and the bars on those kryptonites do not cut very easily. They have to get a really powerful set of bolt cutters to get through that. So that's kind of your rundown. If you're going to spend that much money on something, make sure that it's definitely protected, and then, you know, ride safe. Get yourself a helmet, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section. If I run into issues down the line aside from anything I've mentioned now, I will definitely give you all an update. Thank you. Have a good one.